Hey planner friends, welcome back to my channel. I was going to film this intro on the beach, but I forgot, so here I am in my garden. Today I'm going to be planning from the 8th to the 14th of August in my medium pattern planner. Let's get started. So because this was my birthday week and we were going to the beach for the weekend, I'm actually using two kits. So I have Beach Babe from Plannerface and Riviera from JosephineBow Designs. I'm going to be mostly using the Riviera kit, but just peppering in some of the Beach Babe kit because the colours fit perfectly and I wanted to include as much of that holo foil goodness as possible. My pen base is a little bare bones this week, so I've just shaded in the parts of the timelines where I'm probably going to be asleep, no alarm times as I was off work all week, and then I'm splitting my personal to-do section in half to give myself extra checklist space and leaving my work to-do list section completely. I've then added in my meals for the week using my Pilot Friction pen. They're a little bit all over the place because I don't have any alarm set, so I'm not including breakfast in my pre-planning, and we also had some meals out planned, so I haven't included some dinners and lunches as well. So moving on to stickers, I'm using the squared off half box from the Plannerface kit with some deco in my weekly focus box. And then I'm adding in just the header from my normal meal plan tracker and adding the Monday to Sunday box in that section, and I'm lining it up within the lines that are already printed on the planner so that it kind of looks like it's supposed to have a border. Next, to try and get everything to line up in my sidebar, I'm going to use my ruler to add in my habit tracker for my daily check-in, basically because my usual meal plan tracker fits perfectly in that good things that happen box, but because I'm using slightly skinnier stickers, I wanted to make sure everything was lined up so that I could just slot in a decorative box from the Plannerface kit with an overlay from a Josephine Designs / Plannerface collab from a few years ago that I just found lying around in my stash. Moving on to washi headers, I've cut one of the 15mm strips from the Plannerface kit in half to cover my personal and work to-do list headers and my Space for Infinite Possibility header, and then I'm using one of the skinny washi pieces from the JosephineBow Design kit to create my extra gratitude header in the bottom left hand corner. Sorry about the glare on that overlay in my sidebar, the glossy overlays and my lights just don't go together very well. So normally that would be it for washi, but because I'm off work all this week and I didn't want to colour in the daily focus box of every single day, I'm actually including some washi from the JosephineBow Designs kit over all of the daily focus boxes. And because it's my birthday week, I figured that this bunting washi was perfect to go up the top. I also find that when I have an entire week off work, so I don't have any alarm set, that having that washi up the top just kind of takes away from the big chunk of grey where I'm going to be asleep. And then the last thing to add in for the base of my spread is just the weekend banner, and this is the one from the JosephineBow Designs kit, and then we can get into some plans for the week. So zooming in and starting on Monday, the first thing I'm marking in is my first weight session of the week, so I'm using a Pinky Stickers printable and a leg day script from Plannerface to mark that in. Also for this setup I decided to add in all of my decorative boxes as I went along, so I'm adding in this girl eating ice cream for Monday afternoon because I knew I wasn't going to be doing a whole lot, and then I'm adding more bunting from the Josephine Designs kit into Tuesday morning because this was my birthday morning, so it's going to be pretty lazy. The first thing to mark in on Tuesday was that it was my actual birthday, so I'm using a third box from the Plannerface kit with a little decorative arrow from the JosephineBow Designs kit and an It's My Birthday script which is on my current Plannerface freebie. Because this is such a different week to be planning for, you're going to see a lot of me moving stuff around and not putting things where I quite wanted them, so yeah, there's a lot of trial and error when it came to setting up this spread. For Tuesday evening, I'm using a third box from the JosephineBow Designs kit with a wine girl from Joy of Planning to mark in that we went out for dinner this evening. Moving on to Wednesday, I'm first marking in my second weight session of the week, which was pull day, in the same way that I marked my session on Monday. And then I wanted to fit in all of my planning for the following week on this Wednesday morning before we went away, so I'm using this paint swatch with an edit script from Plannerface to mark in editing, and then I'm using a long flag from the JosephineBow Designs kit to mark in and do my planning this morning with a planning script from Plannerface. On Wednesday afternoon we headed down to the south coast for the rest of the week, so I'm using an event label from the Plannerface kit with a car doodle also from Plannerface to mark in our driving. The drive was longer than the sticker that I was using to mark in the drive, so I'm using a header from the JosephineBow Designs kit to take up a little bit of extra space when we were also on the road. Also, you know, any excuse to add more foil into this spread. Next I'm using a skinny event label from the Plannerface kit to mark in checking into our Airbnb, and then I'm using a third box from the JosephineBow Designs kit with this little Jack Russell sticker from Joy of Planning, which looks a little bit like Reggie, to mark in that we went for his first walk on the beach. He seemed fairly confused by the whole thing, and we're pretty sure that he's never seen the sea before because based on where we adopted him from, and they said that they picked him up as a stray, he's probably never been to the coast. Flipping over to the second half of the week, I'm starting off with a decorative box from the Plannerface kit on Thursday morning, and then I'm using a half box from the JosephineBow Designs kit on its side to take up a big bunch of space when we decided to go visit Powderham Castle. So moving on to Friday, the stickers in this day are going to move around way too much. So the plan that I originally had for this day had to be moved around a little bit because it was going to be too hot for Reggie to be out during the middle of the day. So we had to be really careful about what time we were going to be doing things. But first I'm adding in a decorative box that I move around a couple times, and this is because we were going to the beach this day. So I'm going to work backwards from my decorative box and first add in a quarter box from the JosephineBow Designs kit to mark in having some drinks and a light lunch at this gorgeous pub that overlooks the bay. I then added in a square box from the Plannerface kit that I did trim down a little bit so it was more of a rectangle box, with some deco also from the Plannerface kit to mark in this was the day that we actually went on the beach. With the deco I also added in a foiled arrow from the JosephineBow Designs kit because I thought that this little area didn't have enough foiling. So the beach that we went down to is called Smuggler's Cove, and I picked it because we thought it might be a little bit quieter, and the only way down to it is through this tunnel that's cut into the cliff face that legend has it was made by smugglers in the Victorian period, I think, so that they could obviously smuggle stuff in on this beach that was more secluded than the regular seafront. On Friday we were going to have a big family meal in the evening, so I'm using this half box from the JosephineBow Designs kit and a pizza doodle and wine doodle, both from Plannerface. I very nearly destroyed this half box by moving it around because I couldn't work out where I wanted to place it. Our reservation was for like 8 o'clock, but I knew that we weren't going to be doing a whole lot before it, so I figured I could maybe put it a bit sooner, and then I couldn't get it to line up again and it was really wonky, and these aren't really removable stickers, so every time you pick them up they get a little bit more angry at you. I could have cut all this out, but this is what my planning really looks like sometimes. So now that I've finally managed to get that sticker where I wanted it and it's all stuck down for good, I can move on to Saturday, where I'm first using a skinny event label from the Plannerface kit to mark in checking out of our Airbnb. I'm then using a half box from the JosephineBow Designs kit with a coffee cup doodle and a bit of deco from the Plannerface kit to mark in going for coffee and cake with my parents in my hometown. And then I can use another event label with another car doodle from the kit to mark in driving home. I was so glad to have air conditioning for that drive because when we got back to Bristol it was sweltering. It was only like 5 degrees hotter than it had been where we were in the south coast, but because we had had like a sea breeze and it had been lovely, it was disgusting when we got back to Bristol. That third weight session of the week didn't happen, so as soon as I got home I took that out of my planner, and then I'm just using a half box with some deco from the Plannerface kit to mark in whatever we got up to on Saturday evening, which, because we weren't ready for our holiday to be over, was actually us going to the pub again. Moving on to Sunday, I'm using a checklist box from the JosephineBow Designs kit with a vacuum doodle from the Plannerface kit to mark in my usual cleaning time on Sunday morning. I then added in one of these 3 umbrella checklists from the JosephineBow Designs kit because I had trimmed off the actual bullet points on the original box. To mark in uploading this video, I'm using a piece of the Monday to Sunday box from the Plannerface kit with an upload script from Plannerface and a YouTube button icon from Ickle & Co. And then I'm adding in what's going to be my third weight session of the week with a Pinky Stickers printable and a push day script. Finally, I'm adding in another one of the paint swatches from JosephineBow Designs kit with a voiceover script from Plannerface to mark in recording this voiceover. The last thing I added in was some torn up decorative boxes from the JosephineBow Designs kit to use as torn paper pieces in my reflection section or Space of Infinite Possibility, and then we can go back in and fill in all of my plans as usual using my Pilot Friction pen. So this week has been everything I wanted this week to be. I started off really chill on Monday and on my birthday on Tuesday because I knew that we would be quite busy towards the end of the week and I didn't want to use up all of my energy when we had so much exciting stuff planned by the seaside. So this trip was basically the first holiday that I've had this year, and also it was our first holiday with Reggie, which was super exciting. We knew that it would be a little bit of a struggle for him because he's not used to long car rides, although we did try and get him a bit more used to the car on the lead up to this holiday, and we were pretty sure that he'd never seen the sea before. So originally when we first took him down to the seafront, he was scared of the sound of the waves, and it was only when we took him down to the beach and said look, here is what's making the noise, that he was like, oh okay, and he seemed to calm down a little bit. And each day he seemed a little bit more confident with being around the sea and being in a new place, and there being quite a lot more people and dogs there that he obviously didn't know. Also, because we were staying quite close to where my parents live, I got to see them on most days of this holiday, but without feeling like I was intruding on them by like staying at their house because we had our Airbnb. So it was also really lovely to catch up with my family and get to spend some time with them as well. As usual, with weeks off of work, this week has absolutely zoomed by. Like, I feel like it's gone in the blink of an eye and I'm not ready to go back to work tomorrow. I'm just going to spend the rest of Sunday chilling. I'm going to go to the gym for the first time since Wednesday and just kind of get myself back in my normal routine. I think Reggie's also going to be pretty happy to be back in his regular routine because although he did so well with all of the new things that he tried this week, he did seem exhausted when we got him home yesterday, and he also seemed pretty glad to be back in his comfort zone. My focus for this week was that it was my birthday and that we were going on holiday, so I didn't really have anything else to focus on this week. I just wanted to enjoy my time off, and I really think I made the most of it. So now we're going to go for a little wiggle of my pre-planning, so the foil in this kit just absolutely pops, and then we can take a look at the finished spread. So here's the spread all filled out, and as you may have noticed, I've put so many photos in my reflection section. So the area where I would normally have all my work stuff has a tiny little bit of reflection in it, but I basically just wanted to fill this space up with photos. I'm so happy with how this spread has turned out. The foiling is just perfect and it's exactly what I wanted from my memory spread for this week. Also, here's a little clip of Reggie being kind of unsure about the water. Once we were both in it, we did manage to convince him to get in the sea. He was just stood by the water's edge kind of being confused. He also tried to drink seawater and immediately regretted it. So that's everything for this video, friends. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments down below. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed it, and if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye!